program. Did you hear me explain that already? You understand how that works, right? Alternative to jail, which means if you screw that up, you're probably going to jail. But the money end of it, I'm charging you $500 fines and costs, or you show me a valid operator's license between now and I'll split the baby with you January 16th. So I'm literally paying you $500 to get your ducks in a row and get your license reinstated. That's awesome. That's awesomer than awesome. Due to the added charge, I'll dismiss both of the original charges. What should I know?
License still suspended. Yeah, I just want to take care of that soon.
You just owe money?
Yeah,
That's all you got to do is pay the all, like it's not a problem, but it's as simple as paying the money, not easy. Okay. What's your target? When do you think you'll have your license reinstated?
I've been working on it. I really, I would say that the lumps on the money before I could pay off on the board just so.
Right.
I just got a new job at Target. I work at the station.
Good.
So I've been saving it really good. I just got an apartment and I got to clear it up, but I got to get a new job.
Yeah. How many courts do you owe money to?
This one.
Okay. So what's your target? When do you think you're going to have all your money saved up?
For the year is over. If not, for the day we're going.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you want me to know? All right. You're the guy today. I like to find somebody that I think this is a good deal for. Well, it's a good deal for everybody. I try to find somebody that it might work for. So what I'm doing with you is I'm going to order 4 days on the work program. Did you hear me explain that already? You understand how that works, right? Alternative to jail, which means if you screw that up, you're probably going to jail. But the money end of it, I'm charging you $500 fines and costs, or you show me a valid operator's license between now and I'll split the baby with you January 16th. So I'm literally paying you $500 to get your ducks in a row and get your license reinstated. That's awesome. That's awesomer than awesome. All right. So by the 16th, you're either going to pay that $500 or you're going to come in and show us that you got your operator's license reinstated. All right. Questions?
No, sir.
Go downstairs and set up your work. We'll get back to business in a minute. Before you leave the building, I want you to go down. You remember Mr. Taylor?
I've seen him. Yes.
All right. Did you say hi?
I was going to, but I had.
I want you to go make contact with him and make sure he has your contact information,
Yes, sir.
because we might tap you to give somebody a sales job.
Yes, sir.
You know, when I got some kid that's kind of teetering that I think he needs to go to the challenge, Miss Manarino.
Yes, Judge.
Good morning.
Morning.
On Hamburger.
Yes, Judge.
You've got a restitution to be determined. Are you
Yes,
gonna
Judge.
track that down?
I am.
Okay, all right. So if you're okay with it, what I'll do with the file is I'll go ahead and move forward today and just leave that open. So if you come back with a claim, we'll send it out to Mr. Humbarger, and then if he has a question about it, we'll have a hearing.
Okay, perfect.
That make sense?
Yep, that
Okay,
works. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, I'll explain that. So did you read your rights form? Did you understand your rights and the options they present?
No, sir.
You did not understand your rights?
I understand my rights, just not talking.
Okay, well, for example, you have a right to go to trial.
Yes, sir.
If you decide to go to trial, you have a right to go to two different kinds of trial, jury trial or bench trial. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. That's all right. And the charge you're pleading to fail to report, you understand the possible penalty for that? Understanding everything we just talked about, are you pleading guilty to that charge freely and voluntarily today? Did you drive a vehicle in Van Buren Township on September 21? Were you involved in a motor vehicle accident? Did you report that to the police as required? I'll accept your plea to the added charge, dismiss the original two charges. So what we're talking about is restitution. She'll reach out to the other party that was, the other car was all involved, whatever. If they make a claim for restitution, let's say they want you to cover their $500 deductible or whatever, we'll notify you. I'm assuming we've got your good address on Beach Daily. We'll notify you and say, look, the other party's made a claim for $200. You can just say, fine, here's my $200. Or you can say, wait a minute, that's way too much money. And then we'll just set up a hearing. Understood? If we don't hear anything back from them, you're not going to hear any more from us.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you working?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
HCPC Alliance Mobile out of Nova.
How long you been with the company?
2 months, I'm going on 3 to 13.
New job.
Yes.
All right.
And,
Good to know people.
sir.
Okay.
That's
All right, anything else you want me to consider?
This sport has turned my life around for the better for the past 3 years.
What'd we do?
You sent me the youth challenge, sir.
Did I? I don't remember. Man,
Uh,
so 3 years out?
3 years out.
Good for you.
My first involvement with the law since, and I'm just want to say thank you, sir.
Good for you. Thank you. You just made my day. Might have made my week. We'll see how tomorrow goes.
Much appreciated.
Awesome. Awesome. So I got a kid. I just talked to a kid last week. Was it last week? They're changing the challenge, or at least I think it's a new change because it's the first I'm hearing about it. You know, when you went, you had to be 16, right? You can go now if you're not yet 16.
Really?
And what they do is it's like a credit recovery thing. You go to the challenge, you pick up as many credits as you can, and then you go back to wherever you were going to school and finish up.
Alright.
I think it's a nice option, right?
It is really good.
Yeah, but I'm talking all this stuff about the challenge, and Dad's like, well, that doesn't sound like the program we heard about. So we start looking into it. It's like, oh, they got a new part of it. Yeah.
That's actually.
So what have you been doing since you got out of the challenge?
I was working at a factory for a while, but I was still young at the time. I graduated around 16, 17.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for a hard working job like that. Decided I want to keep my body good, fresh.
Mhm.
So then I was working Little Caesars Pizza still for a while. Then I finally talked to my dad. While I was switched out of pizza, I was working at the airport janitorial.
Yeah. No fun.
Wasn't a fan, but it was
Yeah.
so grinding for me. And then I talked to my father. He got me installing phones. Now I got a commission job making.
You're doing well. Good. So when you went to the challenge, did you end up with a diploma or a GED?
phones. Like,
Good for you. Yeah. So where you living?
beach, and
Here-
Taylor.
Here's what I want you to do. We'll get back to business in a minute. Before you leave the building, I want you to go down. You remember Mr. Taylor?
I've seen him. Yes.
All right. Did you say hi?
I was going to, but I had.
I want you to go make contact with him and make sure he has your contact information,
Yes, sir.
because we might tap you to give somebody a sales job.
Yes, sir.
You know, when I got some kid that's kind of teetering that I think he needs to go to the challenge and he's not really convinced,
I would love to do that.
I can tell. I can tell. Yeah. Because it made a big difference for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. You made my day, week. It doesn't matter what happens tomorrow. You made my week.
I'm happy you didn't remember when I came in last time, sir.
Yeah. All right. Anything before I sentence you on this one?
No, sir, I appreciate you.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll just do fines and costs on this one. $350. Can you pay it today or do you need options?
For options, sir.
Figure it out downstairs.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you started yes sir and a no sir, and I was going to ask you if you've been to the military. Now I know that came out of the challenge.
Yes, sir.
Good for you. Always helpful. All right, go down and see Avery. You as well. Cleon Ellis. Come on up, Mr. Ellis. Mr. Ellis, are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney?
Sir.
All right, but you talked to the prosecutor on your own.
Sir.
And the prosecutor sent in a piece of paper, says you're going to plead guilty to the checkpoint violation at Metro Airport on October 27, and asking me to take under a delayed sentence for 3 months. Did you discuss or did you read your rights form?
Oh.
You understand your rights and the options those rights give you? Excuse me. You understand the possible penalty for the charge today? Understanding all of this, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? All right. Did you come in contact with folks at a checkpoint at Metro Airport on October 27?
Leaving by contact.
Were you in a checkpoint line and ended up talking to TSA agents?
It wasn't DSA, but yes, sir, it's clear, I thought that it got it.
All right. So at that checkpoint, did you have something in your possession that you were not authorized to have at that checkpoint? And what was that?
I got my gun in my pocket.
Yeah, firearm.
Yeah.
Okay, I will accept your plea. All right, let's talk a little bit. Have you got anything else on your criminal history?
No, sir.
All right, are you working?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
I'm sitting trading.
All right, how long you been with Amazon?
It could be my second day of trading.
Okay, second day?
Yeah,
Okay, that can't get much newer than that. Where'd you work before Amazon?
the airport.
Who were you working for at the airport? How long were you with Delta?
Not for a minute. For a minute.
6 months?
Over 6.
Okay. Anything else you want me to consider before I sentence you?
Would it be affect my job?
Will this affect your job? I don't know. I don't know how tight Amazon is. I'll tell you this. If I delay sentence, which I'm going to do, then this case is kind of in limbo for the next 3 months. As long as you stay out of trouble, no new charges, as long as you pay the money that I order you to pay, then at the end of 3 months, we're going to dismiss this. So if law enforcement runs your record, they'll see that on October 27, you picked up this misdemeanor charge. They'll see that there was a record made by the court on December, what's today, 4th, and they'll see it was later dismissed. Everybody in the law enforcement, in the industry, courts, law enforcement, they understand what that is. That means you entered a deal, got a delayed sentence, and it was later dismissed. But it's not a conviction on your record. So in the future, when you go fill out a job app and they say, do you have any criminal convictions? You can honestly say no, because I don't have any criminal convictions. I pled guilty, but I don't have a conviction anymore. You follow me?
Yeah.
So you apply for the FBI down the road, they're going to be talking about this. Amazon runs your criminal history for some reason because they're considering you for a management position, for example. This won't show as a conviction. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. So like I said, I'm going to delay sentence for 3 months. That means you just stay out of trouble. Court costs are assessed in the amount of $500. Can you pay that today?
Based on,
Go downstairs and make arrangements. Did you talk to the prosecutor about getting your weapon back?
yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions? All right. Downstairs. Fernandez Smith. Mr. Smith, are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney?
No, I'll definitely have an attorney.
You want to talk to an attorney?
No,
Oh, you talked to an attorney. Your file's in the wrong pile. All right, we'll wait for Mr. Starr. Good morning, Mr. Hadley. Is it China, Dawson? Is that how you say that? Come on up. Miss Dawson, are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney? Prosecutor says you're going to enter a plea of guilty to the added charge of allowing an unlicensed driver to operate a vehicle on the date of October 15, 2025. Is that the deal? Did you read your rights form? You understand your rights? Understand the options those rights give you? Do you understand the possible penalty for the charge of allow unlicensed driver to operate? Understanding all of this, are you pleading guilty to that charge today freely and voluntarily? All right. Did you drive a vehicle on or before or on that date at Metro Airport? At that time, was your license suspended, revoked, or denied? I'll accept your plea to the added charge, dismiss the original charge. What is the status of your license now? Reinstated? Wonderful. And are you working? Where at? Oh, great. How long have you been with the post office?
About 10 years.
Good, good. All right. Anything else you want me to consider before I sentence you? All right. All right, so Ms. Dawson, fines and costs on your file, $550. I'm ordering 4 days on the court work program as an alternative to jail. Can you pay the $550 today or you need to talk options? Options?
Yeah.
Talk options downstairs, and downstairs is where you can schedule your 4 days on the work program. Any questions about work program or anything else? Good luck. You're welcome. Yes.
We've got to move it at the end for the jury trial this one. There's one on each. Can I have that?
Sure.
Handle it with that.
Well, we can also, this is the retouch discovery, the disc was cracked and we also get it to the data. Doesn't play, so something.
Okay. Let us know.
We just can't keep, kick it out. We got-
No, I don't want to kick it up.
Walton?
Kimberly Kuziak. Did I get it right? Kuziak?
Yeah.
Walton, like the Walton family? Are you going forward without benefit of a court-appointed attorney today? Could you scratch Walton? No problem. All right, looks like you met with the prosecutor and you made a deal. Okay, says here that you're going to plead responsible. I'll do it on the civil infraction. Plead responsible to double parking. You've agreed to pay fines at cost of $150. And upon payment, I'm going to dismiss the original 2 charges. Is that your deal? All right, and can you pay the $150 today? Wonderful. Do you have any questions? Goodbye. Go see our cashier. Same to you, ma'am. Have a great day. Just go downstairs to the counter, this end of the counter. That's where they take your money. Thanks.
Here, you hit something, you do that.
You got that fun.
Here, you hit some. Here, you want to speak.
Diallo? Good morning, sir. Are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney? All right. I've got a piece of paper that says you've talked to the prosecutor, says you're going to plead guilty to the added charge of allowing an unlicensed driver to operate a vehicle on October 27th. If I accept your plea to that charge, the prosecutors asked me to dismiss both original charges. Is that your deal? Did you read your rights form? Did you understand your rights and the possible, or did you understand your rights and the options those rights give you? Do you understand the possible penalty for this charge? Up to $500 fines plus court costs, up to 90 days in jail. That means 0 to 90 days. Okay. And understanding that, are you pleading guilty to this charge today? Are you doing so freely and voluntarily? Did you drive a vehicle on that date at the airport? Yeah, on that day. Were you, okay, and at the time you were driving, was your license suspended, revoked, or denied? I will accept your plea. All right. Are you working?
Yes, sir.
Who do you work for and how long have you been employed there?
I've been 24 years and that's and I do mechanic, so.
Okay. What's the status of your driving record? Driving privileges. Are you still suspended?
I'm valid.
You're valid. Good man. Good man. Anything else I should know before I sentence you?
No.
All right. Fines and costs, $500. I'm ordering 4 days on the court work program as an alternative to jail. Can you pay the $500 today or do you need some options? Talk downstairs, talk about your options. Any questions about how the work program works? You schedule those days. On the 4 days you pick, you have to be here at 8 o'clock in the morning to go out with our crew.
Like, go downstairs and, like a payment installment or that.
Two different things. You owe me $500 and 4 days. Go downstairs and make a payment plan and go downstairs and schedule the 4 days. Any questions? Have a great day.
Spanish is way more than his English.
Mhm.
I'm thinking maybe an interpreter.
Okay.
He might have questions.
Okay.
He didn't speak any English to me, so.
Okay. All right.
So I don't know if he would understand. Just, we're kind of like in the middle. I think he knew
You got
enough.
anybody with him?
No, he's all alone. He's Armando.
Let's try. Yeah.
Armando's his first name.
Let's-
Armando.
Just out of jury trial, it doesn't mean about nothing.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it rolling thick.
Yeah.
Shannon was so tight, I never even noticed.
I understand your English is not real good. All right. So do me a favor. If you don't understand, let me know. All right. I understand that you made a deal with the prosecutor. You're going to plead to a parking ticket and pay fines and costs, and a misdemeanor would be dismissed. Do you understand all that? And is that what you've agreed to do? Okay. How about if we give you another court date and have you come back when we've got a Spanish language interpreter? Okay? Entiende? All right. So just set up for an adjournment. Have a seat. We'll give you a notice. All right. I'm out of files other than stars.
I could try to grab him. He's up there running.
Yeah. So if you're not waiting for your attorney to come in, raise your hand. All right. What are you here for? All right. So you talked to the prosecutor on your own? Yeah. All right. They didn't send any paperwork in yet. You in the same boat? Yeah. But you talked to the prosecutor without an attorney and you're waiting to get your case called.
So did they talk to the attorney and I think that's the part.
Oh, well, let's find out. What's your name? Duncan? And what's your name? Okay, Duchesne, Corin? All right, you talk to Mr. Starr. He's a court-appointed attorney, so we're waiting for him to come in. And your name is Duncan? Yeah. Jamie.
Yes, sir.
Guy next to the door,
Got
Duncan?
paperwork in his hand.
Oh, is that? Oh, All right. Better yet, don't have it next time.
Mr. Duncan.
You'll scratch him when you can.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Duncan, you decided to go forward today without a court-appointed attorney, yes?
Who is this, Judge?
Duncan. Heath,
Yes.
right? All right. So the paperwork says that you're going to plead responsible to double parking. You've agreed to pay $150 fines and costs, and after that money is received, we're going to dismiss the original charge of registration or plate violation from November 15th. That's the deal?
Yes.
Can you pay the $150 today? Go downstairs, get a smile from our cashier, and you're on your way. Have a lovely day.
January 8th. Who told you the 6th? Is the 8th, that's what you said? That
When do you feel?
Benjamin Kachichian?
That's why he said, it's waiting for you to accept me. And then crap, well, who are you?
I'll deal with him. I'll deal with him.
We don't have him on the docket.
Yeah, I'm just looking. We don't have him. All right, let's find out who he is.
They don't.
Let's see. Benjamin, why are you in my Zoom room?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean, why are you on my screen?
Because I had a court case December 4, 9 a.m.
Okay,
and I was told
which
to join
courtroom?
for Judge Oakley.
Okay. And you got nothing on the docket.
What is your name?
Benjamin Keshishian.
You got your notice with you, brother?
I have it online.
Standing outside.
Say it again.
I have it online, like an email,
Okay.
Gmail confirmation.
Okay.
You wanna go up there and deal?
Yeah, send him in here.
Just leave your notice right here.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna bring you in the courtroom so we can figure out why you're here.
All right.
This one,
Yeah, he's certainly not on the docket with that name.
no, that, I mean, maybe if it's hyphenated or something.
I'm just looking for a Benjamin right now.
Yeah, I have it on. Yeah, online.
It has a case number.
Let me see it.
Where is that?
Hey, Josh.
Or he's at a court with, that was like 33rd.
Oh, yeah.
Not in our.
Hey, Josh.
How you doing? You at
Good,
33rd
yourself?
District Court?
So I'm looking at his paperwork. Looks like it says 34th District Court. Case number is going to be
Just a minute.
23.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. 22302-25.
And where
Defendant
are you
is
at?
going to be Gerald Turner.
Who's Gerald Turner?
Hang on. Yeah.
Looks like petitioner is going to be Wayne County Airport Authority.
Maybe a victim.
Okay, so officer, where are you at?
So I'm Sterling Heights Police. I'm at his school right now, and I'm trying to
Okay.
help him out.
Okay,
It's his case number, so he's the victim.
yeah, so Mr. Kachichian is the victim on that case?
Okay.
I'm assuming?
Yes, he is.
Okay, that's why we don't have his name on a docket.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna throw him into a breakout room with the prosecutor on that.
Okay. Sounds
All
good, sir.
right, thank you for the assist.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm gonna hand the phone back. Thank you.
Morning, man.
Hello.
Thanks.
All right, Trovius, how about we start with Fernandez Smith?
Morning,
appropriate start on behalf of Mr. Smith, Mr. Smith, section eight. Mr. Smith,
Thank you.
pre-trial, and you with reading, advising the charge and back to file committees. Come to a resolution here, check some of this, with the, case, item under 771.
Yep.
Just, let me be building this.
Okay. Mr. Smith, do you understand your rights and options after discussing those with counsel? And do you understand the possible penalty for this charge? Understanding all of this, are you pleading guilty today? Doing so freely and voluntarily? All right. Did you find yourself at a checkpoint at Metro Airport on November 6th? And at that time, did you have something in your possession that you weren't authorized to have there? And what was that? All right. All right. When you say basically a BB gun, what does that mean? Burner. Okay. I'm familiar with the burner. I wouldn't call it a BB gun though. I've seen those things hit. Yeah. I'm satisfied. Okay. All right. What should I know about Mr. Smith?
He has basically no criminal offenses aside from like maybe some
Traffic stuff? Yeah.
working, he's here with his family. His intention was to check in with the front counter, but he got to the airport late, the line there was long, so he started rushing, and all you can get through with it, but he was all right today. So he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Simply,
Okay.
rush of judgment.
Yep. Yep. You working?
Took the buyout, from Chrysler. I was working 14 years and now I'm self-employed, so
What do you do?
basically make movies, videos.
Oh, good for you. You making money? Yeah. 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 Good. Good. So how long you been trying that gig?
That's all been 6 months now.
Okay. Yeah. So you don't have to be making money now.
I was able to make both, getting up with trade services now.
Okay. So this is really off topic. Like this is the farthest off topic as we could get. So literally, if I could line up the windows right, I could see it. There's a new theater right over there. Okay. All right. It's in the old fire hall. They just recently, like in the last 3 weeks, showcased a local filmmaker's movie. You know about it?
No, I don't.
All right. So seriously, you go over there. I can't get your number, but I'm sure there's something on the door. Reach out to them because they're a brand new theater. So they're looking for stuff to get people in. You're a brand new filmmaker, right? Looking for people to see your stuff. So hook up with the guy. Yeah, hook up with the guy. All right. So back to business. I'll delay sentence for 3 months. You can stay out of trouble for another 3 months. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Talk to him. That's all right.
I had another situation going on. End of the year, I'm in a battle for my daughter. I only see her once a week.
Right.
This right here was probably making worse for me.
I don't know.
It's not.
I don't know. Even if, I'm not sure, even if they found it, this is a crime, but you know how many of these we see? It would blow your mind. The last airport docket I had, what do we average? How many cases do we average on the airport docket? 100?
Yeah, close to.
I'll bet there was 10. Same thing as you.
Mhm.
People that had a firearm in their bag, and this is the first burn I've had. So usually they're like real bang bangs, right? Had a firearm in their bag, forgot about it, whatever. It happens a lot. But if you're worried about it, you got a divorce attorney?
Divorce, fine.
Oh, this is just, all right.
Getting more time with my daughters.
But you're doing it without an attorney? So here's what I'll do. I'll go forward and just give you the deal. Or if you want to, we'll adjourn it. You can go get the advice of somebody that does family law stuff and find out if they think it's going to hurt you or not. All right. All right. All right. So I'll delay sentence for 3 months. During that time period, you stay out of trouble. Court costs are assessed the amount of $400. Can you pay the $400 today or do you need some time? You want to just pick a due date? You want to just pick a due date? Tell me when.
Cool.
Say it again.
If I can do the new year, that'd be.
Well, I'm not going to give you the whole new year.
Sure.
How about January 8th? That's enough? All right, you're all set. Seriously, go check out that theater and see if you can find some contact information. If nothing else, I can, my mind just is blank today. But the name is on the door. It's like the firehouse or whatever. They're all over Facebook. Reach out to the guy. The guy that runs the place is John Feed. He's a local firefighter. So reach out to him because I'm sure he'd be willing to set something up with you. All right. Good luck. Remember me when you're famous, when you get that shout out for that first Oscar or something. Jonathan Rosales.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
This is, the birthday for regular purposes, and.
Yep.
Come to the resolution here. Sorry, due to double parking.
On the civil infraction. All right, sir. You understand your rights and the options they give you? And you're pleading responsible to this charge freely and voluntarily? I will accept your plea. I will assess fines and costs in keeping with your agreement of $400. Can you pay that today? When? Pick a date. Look at the calendar.
Say 9.
The 9th? All right, understand if we don't get the money on this file in time, then the original charges are back. You got to deal with them. Understood? In addition to that, we've got some other files. One other file. Yeah, looks like there's a speeding ticket, a 1 to 5 speeding ticket that you owe $216 on. Did you know about that one? Also out of the airport, looks like. Can you check that? You got nothing, Paul?
16 speeding ticket,
What was that issue?
airport, January 31st of 24.
All right, so the January 31st, right, 31st of 2024 at the airport was a speeding ticket. Remember that one? Yeah. Can you pay that one today too, or on that date? You sure? 216? All right, any questions? You're all set. You're welcome. Double park, yeah. And Duchesne. Counsel, your appearance.
Thank you. This is, Randy, 3,000,
Yep.
resolution whereby, misdemeanor will be dismissed, be guilty, be responsible to double parking, the crime of,
Thank you. All right, Mr. Duchesne, that's what you're gonna do is plead responsible? All right, you've agreed to pay fines and costs of $150? When?
fully half,
Half and half when?
half today and then half in 2 weeks.
All right, so 2 weeks would be, what is today? 4th, right? So by the 19th?
Yeah.
All right, understand if we don't get all our money, then this deal goes out the window and you're back with the original to deal with. Understood? Go downstairs and get that started. Have a great day. And I ran out of files with your name on them.
He's just in reverse, so, which one is?
People versus Bonner.
Yeah.
Is it Bon Giovanno?
Yes, sir.
I love it. Where'd that come from?
Well, my grandfather actually was in the service and he had this house brand, and they were really close buddies, I think. They went to Korea or Vietnam, went to he lost them, and so he decided to give my father the name, and I'm saying it.
So it's a family name.
Escape to myself.
Awesome. Yeah. Who cares about the last name? The first name's got the story. Bonner. Counsel your parents.
Not as exciting.
No, it's not. I love unusual names, and I especially like unusual names with stories, right? I've told people, make up a story. That's too good a name not to have a story. Yeah.
So I can go away or something, she, so that's why I
Well, they were right. That's funny. That's a good one.
But,
Go ahead.
yeah, and
Tell me about the plea.
So he's gonna be guilty to disorderly.
Yeah.
Dismissed.
Yep. Okay. All right. Mr. Bonner, did you discuss your rights and options with counsel?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you file an appearance, by the way?
it's on the.
Got it in the system? All right. It's not on my ROA because I don't have an updated ROA because I just want to make sure your name's on the file. All right. So yes, you've talked about your rights and options.
Yes.
Understood them?
Yes.
Do you understand the possible penalty for the charge?
Yes.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to the charge?
Yes.
All right. Counsel, would you voir dire? Incident date I've got is September 5.
September 5th, this year for you, Van Buren Township.
Yeah, I don't mind the pictures.
Very few do.
10562 Belleville Road is on Mark.
Yes.
And when you were there, police you perhaps get accused of stealing something that caused disturbance, shouting.
Yes.
I said,
So am I. What should I know about Mr. Bonner before I sentence?
Robert Bonner hasn't had any criminal offenses in over 10 years. The original allegations in this case that led to restitution is that it's not trading cards, it's not products, it was chicken and some other spices, but it was good. Financially, settled tighter with the baby and.
How new?
Sorry.
How new?
Oh, it's almost 23 with it.
And then his fiance's mother lost her job. So they're kind of trying to help out a little bit. I did suggest him, because he did have some prior retail frauds, and it's not how that happened. So he talked about therapy, and he has provided me with a telehealth.
Oh, cool.
Poll.
They haven't started yet.
Have an HMO, so take time to be referrals and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good, we start.
Scheduled for December 12th.
Good.
Also adding complete 4-hour Cleaner Solutions retail fraud shopping class and just.
Good. Good.
But he's got a bachelor's degree, works for Blue Cross Blue Shield.
How long you been with Blue Cross? Sorry, counsel.
Since 2016.
Long time. Okay, go ahead.
That's about it, Judge. He's engaged to getting married this year, child, all that,
Yeah.
you know, just bad choice.
All right. Oh, Mr. Bonner, don't feel that you have to say anything at all, but I'm going to give you a chance if there's anything you want to add.
Say something, like I said, no, this was wrong, just to reiterate, going through it very tough, I mentioned time and it led up some behavior that I thought I had dug away, just did foresee myself in this situation, out of it. Pressure from this situation, I made a very bad choice. I'm trying to do everything I can to make sure that does not happen again. Yeah.
Okay.
Very net positive contribution to society. I'm an actuary that works there, so work very hard for my college days. Let's do my type of career and be positive and be positive, very positive impact. Make it work. They want to recover and continue to be.
Okay. All right. Do I need to order you to go to that program? The therapy?
Absolutely not. I have.
You're doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So was that at his suggestion?
No, I'm going to do something different. I did speak with him and he suggested, he just kind of reaffirmed.
Right.
Because obviously this has happened before. I know I need to do something different to keep me out of this behavior pattern.
Yeah.
It was something that I sought out, but he definitely reaffirmed.
Yeah. How about the 4-hour program?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I knew about it. I figured that you may require that. He referred that to.
Yeah.
I didn't do that until he.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to tell you what, usually you'd be doing some work program for me, but you've been so proactive on this. I'm going to waive that. All right. I'm just going to do the money. So the restitution amount is 4702 and, the fines and costs are $400. So can you pay it today? Total? Sure, by 3 PM. All right. All right, anything else, gentlemen? All right, have a great day. You as well.
Ready to light in the morning.
Jamie, I'm out of files.
Yeah.
Pitts.
I got stuff here.
Yes. Who's the other one?
Heather, do you need voting books on?
Okay.
No, but this is not supposed to be a Zoom date anyway, so we're just not.
Is that what that says?
I don't know. I'm not finding the pins.
Oh, that's because it's
Oh, you already pulled it?
Mr. Pitts. I pulled it and I give you the file?
Oh, it's right here. I put it back where,
Okay, that's fine.
yeah, I didn't run off
No,
with
that's
it.
okay. There, here was Mr.
This time. You told me to put it in this and don't think you said it again.
We got a lot of multiple.
No, it's back. Thank you.
All right, who do you want to start with?
Charles Street was not, necessary. We waive presence. That's a dismissal outright for the people. Misidentification, so.
Okay. All right, I'll take care of that. Yeah, I'll take care of that in a minute. How about Pitts?
Thank you. Actually, John Hadley, appearing on behalf of Mr. Gary Pitts. I am standing in for other counsel, Mr. Dan Vitar, for today's hearing. Mr. Pitts, I have information to appear on your behalf, sorry. So, Your Honor, we would like to request this matter be set for a final pretrial with the complaining witness to appear. We have worked out a date that looks like Mr. Vitar would be with Judge.
Okay.
I think that was January 8th, is what I wrote on there.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you pick a time,
We did, we'll defer to,
9:30.
9:30. And who's that with? Okay, so that'll be by Zoom. All right, so just have a seat. We'll get you a paper notice.
Figured they were coming by Zoom today. They sent their clients, but they were coming by Zoom.
oh, Your Honor,